It is 5:28 a.m. We're going to get started this morning because it is a good Sunday morning to go for a run later. Sun's going to rise. Let's see if we can find out what time sunrise will be this morning. Probably around 7. Oh, let me just turn off the sound on my computer. Sounds like everything's working fine. So I'm going to do my mobility, and then I'm going to get ready and head out as dawn is breaking. We're going to go for a nice long run in the fresh morning air. And then we're going to get on with the day, as we have enough to do, don't we? For those of you just dropped by, good morning. My name is Toby. I am 42 years old, and I train for living an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. Not only now, but predominantly because I want to feel fit and competent today, but also as I age, because as I've understood it, I might live to be 90 or even 100. And I would like to be able to do some things physically, independently, for as long as possible. And I've understood that my life, especially the last 5 or 10 years of life nowadays, are riddled with disease and discomfort. And we can head off some of those challenges in life, not only today but also later in life, if we take good care of our bodies today. So I mind my sleep between 7 and 9 hours every day. I mind what I eat, I try to maintain a good calorie or energy balance, and I try to eat between 120 and 150 grams of protein for my body weight, give or take. And I work on my strength training, my conditioning training, and my mobility. And today is a conditioning day, but any day is a good day for mobility. I like to wake up on Sunday mornings and move and stretch and check in with how my body is moving. My shoulder is doing a lot better. I've been taking it a bit easy the last 5 days. Skipped Friday's upper body workout, and I think that was the right choice because it feels like my left shoulder is doing better. I have an appointment with a physiotherapist on Tuesday, so we'll see. And this week's going to be an exciting week, but I'll talk a bit more about that because it's going to pose some challenges for the stream and for working out. This is about the way I feel, not about the way I look. What I mean by that is that I want to go through life feeling competent and capable, strong and fit, and I'm not that concerned with how much I weigh or what I want to look like when I go to the beach. All health and fitness goals are valid. I'll just say that up front for that conversation, whether your goal is weight gain, weight maintenance, weight loss, whether your goal is to look a certain way, whether you want to build strength and power for specific competition goals, or just because you enjoy that feeling, or whether you're training for endurance events, or just because you enjoy the act of being able to perform at a high level over a long period of time, or if you're just training for general functional health and fitness throughout every day like I am doing. All those fitness goals are valid and good to have, and all of them might come through your life in different stages and for different reasons. The most important thing is that we remember that we're good just the way we are, and that we've got to love ourselves before we can change, right? Because it's the person we are today who's going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. And I think we sometimes forget about that when we start to chase different fitness goals, is that we're not good enough, we're not working hard enough, whatever. And it is not necessary to be that hard on ourselves when we're trying to invest in our health and fitness, because we're here, we're showing up to do the work every day. A bit of kindness to ourselves might keep us motivated for for a longer period of time. So don't be too hard on yourself. There are enough other people in the world who are willing to put us down. We don't need to do that to ourselves. And friends, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So we are going to start with some mobility this morning. And we're just going to ease into it as we go. And because it's Sunday, we're going to do a bit of core. There's some kettlebells stacked up for core. And we're going to talk about the week and life and some reflections we might have on where we stand and what we want to make of life. And let's specifically talk about making some changes to our health. But in order to understand that, we need to maybe also better understand how we define health for ourselves. And you'll find breathing in, using the diaphragm to press everything out, and then exhaling. And again. Looking at the 4 things in my life that make up what I would call the elements of my life that I want to have in balance and spend time and energy on to keep them well. So the first one is my health, obviously, because that's why we have this channel, right? It's my health and fitness, but I define health as my physical health. Quite important. My mental health, my emotional health, and my financial health. So, what does that mean? Well, my physical health is pretty straightforward to check in on as far as I can do that myself. I have some minor physical ailments, like my shoulder. My left hip was stiff for a while, but it's loosened up again. My posture is something that I'm mindful of. But overall, I am free of discomfort. And as far as I know, of disease. So I feel physically healthy and I haven't caught a virus or bug in the extreme. That has forced me to take time off because my fever spiked or anything in a while now. So overall, I'd say we're doing good in that department. User 1X do backflip, YouTube punk. Today's the day. Kind of lost. Oh, YouTube punk, it's good to see you. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi, and I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. How's life in Texas this Saturday evening? I hope it's a good, healthy, fun, nice, and enjoyable evening for you where you are. And hopefully you are either on a recovery day or on a workout day, but I hope either was good for you. And no, I can't do a backflip to answer the first question in the chat. I would love to, but I think I'm also past that stage in life at the moment. Reformed Troll. I ran 3 miles today with a running group and I was exhausted. I'm looking forward to be social. Carol, hey, Carol, welcome back. I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi, and I hope you're doing well today. And I appreciate you coming by again on the channel. It's good to see you again. And I hope that where you are in the world, you're having a good day, end of the day, or start of the day. And Reformed Troll, I'm going to say hi, welcome to the channel. Thanks for dropping by, and thumbs up to you for going for a run with a running group and investing time in that. And I appreciate you dropping by and saying hi on the channel and sharing that with us. I think that's an amazing investment of time and energy in our health and fitness. So, looking at my reflection for the week, right? Health, physical health, I think we're doing all right. Need to be mindful of it, but overall, I think that is a pretty ongoing thing with daily checkups here on the stream. So we're all right there. About mentally, where are we? Where am I mentally? My mental health. Well, let's say I have ups and downs throughout the week, like most people might. There are things about life that I enjoy. There are things about life that I wish would be a bit different and better. I look at the shape and size and the direction of the world and society today, and I have my concerns as a man, citizen, husband, a father. But overall, mentally, I have a positive outlook on life, on my life, on our life. And I think that generally things are going well for me. So I'm not too concerned. About my mental state, I feel in control of my life. I feel like I have some purpose and direction, and I feel like I'm able to do the things that I want to do, which I think is important in life. So, yeah, mentally, I'd say, in a good spot. And I'm happy with where I am today. How about emotionally? Well, for me, mental health and emotional health go somewhat hand in hand, but I experience relatively little stress and worry outside of the regular things. There are, of course, moments where stress might be a bit higher, but nothing continuous, lasting, no existential threats to my life or my being, as far as I can tell. And the people I love and care about are doing well, then I'm probably doing well also. So, there we are. I think overall, in that sense, we're also in a good space. All right. So, I have my ups and downs. Sometimes I'm angry, sometimes I'm sad, sometimes I'm bored, sometimes I'm excited, sometimes I'm nervous. It's all the relative emotions that I think we should all experience in different stages and phases of the day, week, month, and year. Sometimes I'm insecure, sometimes I'm super confident. So I'd say emotionally we're in a good spot, right? And I think this last one is where I differ from most approaches to health. So I am 100% convinced that in today's society, today's day and age, you cannot talk about health, your health, my health, without looking at your or my financial health as well. Bruce, hi Bruce, I'm not sure what that is, or those bodybuilding poses, but thanks for dropping by and saying hi, and I appreciate you dropping by in the chat. I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. Yeah, that's right, YouTube punk. And on your organization, so welcome. So no poses with religious tradition. Yeah, others not to do it. Naz, hey Naz, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I hope you're doing well. Thanks for being back on the channel and back on the stream. It is 5:44 a.m. where I'm at, and I hope you're having a good end of the day or start of the day wherever you are in the world. I appreciate that. And to everyone else here, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Yeah, YouTube Punk, I think you and I are of the same mind for sure. So for those of you who are watching, hi, my name's Toby. I am 40 years old and I train to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. So to do that, I mind my sleep, mind what I eat, do strength training, conditioning training, and mobility. That's something you're interested in, go ahead, check out my channel, subscribe, and we can continue this conversation over time throughout different videos and live streams. And as I always say, we try to keep the chat respectful and kind and related to topics of health and fitness. Yeah, I think I put together my mobility routine careful by watching someone called Julia Reppel and Squat University. Has some good videos, which are all sports related kind of movements to help athletes move better throughout their day. So if that's something you're interested in, then maybe check them out as well for some inspiration. So like I was saying, when it comes to health, I do the check-in on my physical, mental, emotional, but I also believe that you need to check in on my financial health. And financial health, to me, if we break it down in 3 components later, but just at this check-in is, do I have any concerns or worry about my financial state, about my income, or about my savings or investments? And specifically, is there enough money for the day-to-day? Is there enough money should there be an emergency? Are the 2 biggest questions for me when it comes to financial health. And as long as the answer to that is, yeah, that's pretty secure, and by secure I mean we're good for the next 6 to 12 months, that is a good marker of health as well. And it's taken a long time to get to that point, right? So just keep that in mind as well, to ask yourself those questions when we're talking about health. Because fundamentally, if you are challenged in your ability to provide for yourself every day, we can talk about weight gain, weight loss, stress reduction, getting healthy as much as we want, you're going to have one priority, and that is to make sure that you can live and eat, and you and your family are provided for. And that can be very stressful for anyone to have to worry about that. Yeah. So just keep that in mind. Then we go from health to relationships. Why? Because to me, life is relationships. And I enjoy spending time with people I love and care about. I enjoy contributing to communities. I enjoy seeing people getting together and having a great time. So how do we do that? We're going to rock back and forth, shifting from shoulders to hips now. So first off, the people that I care and love for the most and are most have the biggest effect also on my mental and emotional health. I would say also the biggest impact on my financial health, but that's a bit trite. Of course, my wife and children, and if they're doing all right, and how's the relationship with them. So that's something to consider when we reflect on the week. Are we spending enough time together? And I can say that between work and caring for children, and going to bed early, as I do, that will be good for me and my wife to spend a bit more time together and talking about all the things that are going on, need to happen. So we need to find more time for that. Right? That's something that I feel I need to be a bit mindful of, because it's very easy to get caught up in the demands of the day and getting everyone to school and picking everyone up from school, getting everyone ready for bed. We have a lot of responsibilities, getting people to swimming classes, sports classes, whatnot, to talk about. So we want to always look at the people we care about in this reflection and think about whether we're spending enough time with each other to maintain and improve and build and grow our relationship. And if the answer is no on a Sunday morning, you have a whole 7 days to find just one moment, because it doesn't have to be every day, even though that is good and nice if you have that in life. But there needs to be some moments where you can connect and talk and laugh and be together, just as we have one-on-one playtime with the children. You take them to the playground, or sit and make a puzzle, or arts and crafts, or play soccer, football, or tennis, or any other kind of sport that makes them happy. So checking in with the people we care about, and from the closest, expand that circle of reflection: parents, other family members, friends, closest friends, to really see and understand, where we are in the relationship, and whether we need to give it a bit of extra attention. Someone suggested I had this exercise, by the way, and I've done it before. and it never really stuck. But I think it's a nice exercise to add to the mobility routine. So let's give it a try and see if it actually sticks to the routine this time. And it might. And I'm appreciative of the suggestion because it is a very good and useful mobility stretch to add to the repertoire. Up. So, looking at my relationships with my friends, and anyone who has kids will know this and recognize this, that you end up being quite busy. And especially in those early years from 0 to 3 or 4, keeping up with a social life is difficult because someone's always ill or there's always something that needs to be done in and around the house. And we just need to be mindful of that. I'm going to do some hip mobility in a moment after I read your messages. Body mostly is Eddie Spaghetti. Hey, Eddie Spaghetti, welcome back. Eddie Spaghetti, welcome back. Thanks for dropping by again. And I hope you're doing well where you are in the world. And that it's a good start of the day and a good morning for you. I know it's a good start of the day and a good morning for me where I'm at this morning. And I appreciate you all dropping by and chiming in on the chat this early on a Sunday morning for me and on a Saturday evening for all of you, obviously. So, with friends, barring being able to meet up physically, even though yesterday I did manage to meet up with a friend who was hosting a Halloween-themed tabletop role-playing game that was horror-themed. We had some good laughs. And you know what the funny thing is about an experience like that, we're going to do this one more time because I just really enjoy the way this feels. What the fun thing about that is that it was a big time investment, about 6 hours of the day from 2 p.m. to 8:30 p.m. Right? But we had such a good time and such a good laugh, and we got drawn into the story and the absurdity and horror of it. And it was such a fun group to play with that despite coming home a bit late, and despite having slept only 6.5 hours, for the first time in a long time, I slept really good, probably because my mind got distracted from everything that's going on day to day. And that is just good for you as a person to have a day and a moment like that once in a while with friends. So friends are important. Spending time with friends for our health and well-being as well. In fact, if you can incorporate going for a walk with a friend once a week into your routine, you might find that getting healthier and fitter boosts the connection and friendship because you can talk about a lot if you go for a 30-minute or a 1-hour walk with someone you care about, for sure. So, looking ways to connect different aspects of this reflection wheel, right? So anyway, friendships, checking in with friends, and if you can't do so physically by message, pick up the phone and call them. Video calling, obviously, is an option. Sending a card. I do that sometimes when we're on holidays to my closest and dearest friends. Send a postcard. It's a bit old-fashioned, but I think it shows that you care. And that kind of caring and connection can go a long, long way for everyone. So I would just check in. And then the final check-in is the communities that you're a part of. Remember, we're still looking at our relationships. And relationships, from the closest to somewhat distant, but still fulfilling, if you think about it. Being a part of a community, having a group with a shared purpose, like yesterday's game group, we all like tabletop role-playing games, or a sports group, or a team at work, or a charity or association you are contributing to and helping out in. This is all a part of your network and contributes to your general sense of health and fitness. So I would really consider, the communities that we're part of and how we're doing in there. Paul, thanks for dropping by. I hope you're doing well. And I hope you're having a good start of the day where you're at today. It's 5:59 a.m. where I'm at this morning. And for those of you who are watching, my name is Toby. I'm 40 years old. And I train to live an active, self-sufficient, and adventurous life. So I mind my sleep, I mind what I eat, I work on my strength, my conditioning, and my mobility. For longevity, for general and functional health and fitness. So that's something you're interested in. You go ahead, subscribe to my channel, and thanks for dropping by and saying hi. I do very much appreciate that. So we're reflecting on relationships, right? And thinking about people we care about, friendships we want to maintain, but also the communities that we're part of, and where we stand in that community and how we're contributing to that. Sometimes we might come to the conclusion that we are not really a part of any kind of community. And since belonging is one of our primary needs in life, together with autonomy and mastery, I would always suggest, whether it is online or in person, to seek out a community that you can be a part of and contribute to and find a place in, because it is nice to know we belong somewhere. I think it's a very deep-rooted need in who we are as human beings. All right, so we've looked at our health, we've looked at our relationships this morning. Let's look at the third one, which is the financial opportunity in life. And there are always a couple of things that I just want to reflect on when it comes to this, because it's important to stay on top of our finances. And this might be easier, this might be hard, but for an overall well-balanced, healthy and happy life, again, the realities of today that finances play a part. People say money shouldn't matter. I don't think we should love money to death and care about it, but it's also a fact that when you have money, life's easier. So I think it's a bit convenient for people who have too much money and don't understand what it's like to have to live within your means, literally, with restrictions, to say something like, shouldn't care about money, money shouldn't matter. it matters to people. And it's worth reflecting on, because reflecting on it weekly might give us a chance to take a bit more control of it. And I've had my ups and downs financially. Now it's all in a good place. But I can tell you there was a time in my life that I had so little money I would take cash out of the ATM and then put all the coins into a glass cup, so that would I ever need to, I could dig into that cup to take out some money. That was my emergency fund. I've come a long way from there. I'm not a financial advisor, so this is not financial advice. This is just a reflection on my approach to my finances and how I look at them every week. So first of all, it's the balance of income and outcome, right? And that has a lot to do with the cost of living, where I live, the country I live in, but also the level of income that we enjoy. And just to be clear, I'm not by any standards rich, but we do all right, okay? But we do both work, and we have a relatively good balance between what comes in and what comes out. There's always some money left at the end of the month. I know that sometimes there is some month left at the end of the money, and we work very hard, not only by bringing money in, but also by finding what we spend money on to be in that position. And we are fortunate enough to live in the Netherlands, where we have a relatively good social structure and relatively good benefits for work. And so, but balancing that is the first one. I think we're in a good spot there. The second one is being able to set aside money. Now, if the first one is in order like it is, what I do is I set aside around 10% every month at least, and whatever else is left also goes to, first of all, have a fund that can last us 6 to 12 months should any calamity strike, whatever unfortunate event we might encounter in life. And the second step in that is securing my finances for the future. Now we have a pension, but I don't expect too much from the pension. We have to keep working at that all of our life. So also, how am I investing, making sure that in the future we will be able to do the things that we want to do, right, and enjoy that financial freedom. So that's what it comes to finances, to consider that and where we stand, because it's important to think that through. And again, comes back to the first point of mental health, is that if we are going to talk about health, finances play a big part in how healthy we feel in life. Hi Noah, hi Ghost. People have been telling me that all throughout my life, so I guess there must be some truth to it. Never asked me to stand in on one of his movies, though. I would be up for the opportunity anytime, of course. Hero Ghost, twice the length. Yeah, he's not very tall, right? But yeah, there's Tom Cruise. YouTube punk. Can't believe what he's reading, I believe, out of Texas. We're going to move on to some core, by the way. Light core today. Nothing special or fancy. And then there's the final thing that I like to check in when it comes to health. And that is my pursuits. And I've got 2 pursuits in life that are not related to work or family, but that are just for me. One is my general health and fitness, and this YouTube channel, which has been growing, and which I would love to continue to see growing, so that I can open up the door to make bigger, better videos, because I have a lot of ideas. So if that's something you're interested in, go ahead and subscribe. Let's get me over 1,000 subscribers at some point this year, because that's going to help me live that ambition. And the second one is creative writing for me, right? So I have two kind of pastimes that I want to spend time on, want to spend time developing, mastering, growing better at. And if you have those kinds of pursuits and you have the time to do that, that is time invested in yourself, time invested in doing things that give you joy and pleasure. You know, we've come full circle because we're back at health again. So overall, if I look at my pursuits, we're here every day making videos, showing up and doing the work. So I think that's a good thing. But because of my schedule, the last 3 months now, I actually haven't been able to do a lot of creative writing, something that I do want to get back to, and I'm planning to get back to at the start of the year. You can't do everything all at the same time, but it's good to be mindful of where you stand. This year I made a big point about investing in my health and fitness, following courses and trainings and studying, making videos about it. And it's paid off for me personally in a good way. But I would also like to invest and keep developing the skill of writing stories, and maybe someday publishing something. So let's keep that in mind as well as aspirational. And I think the reason I'm talking about all of this is to give you an idea of how to kick back, sit back, and look at life. It doesn't take more than half an hour, and to identify where things are going well and where maybe you need to give your life a bit more attention in order to become happier, healthier overall with the course and direction and state of life. I always say, you know, this health and fitness thing is only 30 to 60 minutes of the day. There are 23 other hours in the day that we spend doing things that define our identity as much as the sports we do or the investment we make in our health and fitness. That's why on Sundays, you know, we take a break of talking about behavior changes and whatnot, and we just look at life in general and what life's got to offer us, is going to bring us. So you can let me know in the comments if you thought that was useful. In any way, shape, or form. And not the 24 out. We're going to march in place for a little bit in a moment. Both sides. There we are. So yeah, beyond that, what does November have in store for us, because it is November after all. And for all of you watching, hi, thanks for dropping by. I appreciate you dropping in, saying hi, and being interested in my mobility and core routine. I'm going to go out for a run in a bit. We're done here. And looking forward to November. As I said at the start of this stream, it's going to be a busy week. I am traveling this week for work. Quite excited. I have to give a big presentation in London. So that's going to be cool. But immediately I'm thinking, well, if I fly at 8 a.m., how am I going to get my workout in and get to the airport on time? Because especially on a day where we're traveling, probably investing some time and energy in movement is going to be very important to how I get to my destination and how we prepare for the presentation. So what am I going to do? Well, first of all, I'm going to wake up early the day that I travel. Second, I've booked a massage on the day that I arrive, just to help me relax and get out of that airplane mode. Third, I have, of course, gone ahead and looked at the gym and fitness facilities available on location to make sure that in the mornings I will be able to do my workouts there and live stream them to you. So do not worry. Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, and Saturday are going to be good days for us from a slightly different location. Oh, all right. Well, 6:15. Wouldn't be strange if one of the kids decides to wake up. All right, now I'm trying to limit any overhead work, but one of the things that I am trying to do is work on my grip strength. Here we're doing the waiter press, waiter walk. I'm just challenging myself to stay upright at the same time as trying to hold that 8-kilo kettlebell bottoms up to the ceiling. There we go. And why is this important? Well, our core exists to keep us upright and stable as we move. It is also the elastic or the spring that induces all of our power in the kinetic chains of movement we create. So having a strong and functional core combined with good grip strength is going to be absolutely incredibly helpful and important when it comes to day-to-day functional movement. I always keep saying, I don't think I would have been able to pick up my children in a 100 squat or a regular squat if I had not started kettlebell training and training that kind of core strength. So specifically, 6:18 friends, and here we are. For those of you who are watching and dropping by, thanks for dropping by and for being here. My name's Toby. I am 40 years old and I'm training to live an active, self-sufficient and adventurous life. Not only now in my 40s, even though I'm succeeding at that, but also for the future. So if that's something you're interested in, you can go ahead and subscribe to my channel. I talk about how I sleep, 7 to 9 hours a night. I talk about my nutrition, maintaining an energy balance. I talk about strength training, conditioning training, and mobility, specifically with kettlebells. And we're gearing up to, continue the streak of 317 training days into 2025. And who knows, maybe even into 2026. If you're interested in that, you go ahead, hop over to my channel and subscribe, because there's a lot more work for us to do to stay fit and healthy in life. I'm done with my mobility and light core this morning because I'm going to go out for a 60-minute run, so no need to overdo it here. If you have any questions, come by the stream or go to one of my videos, leave a comment. I always try to respond. I've got some fun shorts out and some long form, also kettlebell follow-alongs, if that's what you're interested in, for beginners. So if you're interested in that, there are tutorials and some basic 10-minute, 12-minute, up to 20 minutes of follow-alongs for you if you want to give kettlebells a try. Like I always say, friends, we're good just the way we are. We've got to love ourselves before we can move on. And the reason for that is that the person we are today is going to get us to where we want to be tomorrow. So a bit of kindness to ourselves is probably going to go a long way in keeping us motivated and going. YouTube Punk, Kirill, thanks for dropping by. Everyone else, thanks for dropping by and saying hi. Eddie Spaghetti, of course. Ghost, thank you for dropping by and saying hi. Naz S, I appreciate you dropping by and being a regular on the stream and the channel also. And like I always say, friends, the only way to get anything done is by showing up and doing the work. So go ahead, subscribe to my channel, check out all of the other stuff I'm doing, and I look forward to seeing you tomorrow. Take care. Have a good day in Texas. Good night.